Hey folks, what's up? If I look like hell, it's because it's nearly 5 in the morning. I'd been working all through the night. Well, not all through, until about 2 o'clock. I got home about 2:30, and I've stayed up a couple hours. Uh, haven't shaved. Take care of that tomorrow, or today, right after I get up. But I figure I'd put up another vlog before going to bed because today is the day. It's Friday, the 30th. My computer is currently in Warwick, Rhode Island, which I thought it would be closer. I thought it'd be somewhere up by Attleboro or something, but Warwick could easily deliver out to Plainville, which is not that far away. It's about 20 minutes, 25 maybe. And, well, my computer will be here tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have it set up. It depends on what time it comes because I still intend on going to work at my usual time. I work for Uber and for Lyft. I'll either do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or I'll do Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll do one of those three combinations. Um, and yeah, it's been I'm still gonna go to work. I usually go to work by about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I'll work Wednesday and Thursday till about 2 to 2:30 in the morning, and Friday and Saturday till 4 or sometimes even later in the morning. Occasionally, I'll do a little bit on Sunday, a few hours to get some extra trips needed for a bonus, but that's it. Um, so I still will be going to work. So it depends on when my computer shows up. My computer may not get here by the time I have to go to work. They deliver all the way up, I think, to 8 o'clock or something like that. And I'm going to be out of here by 4, which means my mother will be signing for the computer. But regardless, it's going to be here tomorrow. If I have it set up and I have a little time, I will try and upload a quick video and show it off. My nose is bothering the hell out of me. Please forgive me for doing something very unprofessional on camera. Not that I'm a professional to begin with. But, yeah. I'm exhausted, but fairly excited. It's a pretty big day, and I'm really happy, $2,000 machine, almost 2,100 for me, and I'm real happy. Although there is a bit of sadness to that, and that sadness comes in the form of, yeah, right there, the old girl. Move it over here some. I've had the side open on it for a while now, to try and help keep it cool more, so I can get access to it better. You can see laying on the table there, I think, there next to the can, one of the GTX 660s, and the other one's inside. I had SLI 660s. The cooling system, I actually got that when they first started producing them. That's the H50 cooling system, the completely self-contained liquid cooling system. I had 2 fans on it. I tried using one fan to help cool the power supply with the dead fan, but it didn't work. But yeah, that H50's been working a long time. You can see all the memory sticks in there. There are 6 2 gig sticks. So there's 12 gigs of DDR3 memory in there. It's all G.Skill. The gigabyte motherboard, and the, I don't know what generation it was, but considering how old the computer is, it's probably first or second generation i7 from Pentium. The hard drives are here, obviously. I'm going to be taking 3 hard drives out and hoping I have 3 hard drive spots in my new computer on top of what's already in there. I think I may have 3 hard drives already in the computer. I don't remember if I ordered 2 or 3. I know there's a 256 gig solid state drive for the operating system, and a 2 terabyte data drive. I forget if I ordered another data drive or not for even more storage. But I'm taking the two 500 gigs out of this. The one I recently bought and the one that came in my wife's computer will be coming out of it. The one that came out of my wife's computer is the OS drive for this. So I'm going to go into that drive, as it should be just regular folders, dig out all my bookmarks, go into my old documents, dig out saved games, dig out pictures and everything that's on that computer, on that disk. As much as I can remember is there, all the stuff on my desktop, all the pictures, everything that's there, dig it all out and put it onto one of the other drives, and then format the drive out completely and turn it into a standard, another storage drive, probably a gaming drive. I'll have like two 500 gig gaming drives. And if I can, I'm going to take my old 160 drive and put it in there as well. I got a 160 gig drive in here that comes from my old Dell computer, my Dell XPS from a long time ago. That drive is something like 15 years old, and it still works without a problem. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know how long it'll keep going, but if nothing else, a lot of people talk about Dell. I don't know how Dell, that Dell computer did really good for a very long time, and that drive is still going. I'm not even sure what kind it is, but it is an old drive, and it still works. So I'm hoping to put all three into my new computer when it gets here. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest. It's only going to have a 250 gig drive that actually started having bad sectors in it. I don't know if it's any good anymore. I did a low-level format on it, but I never got to test it out. So your guess is as good as mine as to if anything's still good if that drive's still good or not. Obviously, the power supply isn't good anymore. The power supply is what's gone. If I replace the power supply, that'll fire right back up. That just needs a power supply replacement. I just may put it up for free. Say it needs a new power supply. Give away the GTS 660s, the whole thing. I'll just put it up for free. And say, if you put in a new power supply and get it a hard drive, it'll work fine. It can be, some kid's old gaming computer or something. On the other flip side, something else I could do with it, get a new power supply, get a new hard drive, have it installed, get a copy of Windows put on there somehow. Not sure how. Or leave the 500 gig with Windows in there and give it to my mother. That's a thought. Replace the power supply, plug everything back in, put everything back together the way it's supposed to be, and then just give it to my mother. Because her laptop isn't all that great. Because, like I said, it's just the power supply. If you replace the power supply, it fires up, no problem. And I could fire it up, and I could move all the files onto a flash drive from the D drive, from the OS drive, and I could even leave the old 160 in there for my mother, and she could use it. Honestly, that's a thought. Disturbed my dog a little bit. So, yeah. My mother was like, yeah, my MRI is today. It would be about 2:45. I'm like, yeah, Mom, my computer ain't here. I ain't going. I am not leaving a $2,000 piece of machinery unsigned for that I have been waiting several weeks for. About two. I've been waiting about 2 weeks for. The only thing I'm scared about is how well it's going to work. I have to be honest that my brother-in-law put that computer together. My brother-in-law put that computer together, but he like put down the stuff I was going to get for a computer, and then I went to this computer place to check things out, and they actually sold me kind of like equivalent, but downgraded. I covered you up. Why are you... Just lay down for a minute. I'm almost done. So, technically, even though my brother-in-law at the time told me what to get, I got kind of like, sort of like that, but not. It's kind of hard to explain, if whatever. And it lasted that long, and it's still going. It's just, again, the power supply that's not good. Yeah, but I keep thinking maybe fixing the power supply in it, getting a new power supply, getting a copy of Windows installed, and setting it up for my mother. Or again, just leave the 500 gig drive in there. That's the OS drive from my wife's computer. And just take the 500 and the 160. And then get everything off the OS drive. And 500... With Windows on there, it still leaves like 300 and something gigs. And then some. 300 something gigs and then some on there. That's more than enough space for what my mother would do. I could even give her the webcam, because I'm getting a new webcam, so she could have the old webcam and she could get on Skype better. She would just need a monitor. And you can get monitors off Craigslist cheap. She wouldn't need a great monitor. A small little 20-inch widescreen would probably be enough for her. God, I may just do that. Maybe a better option than getting her a brand new laptop. She talked about it before, and I said no, but the more I think about it, that may be a better way to go. Things seem to be stabilizing with me and my remaining girlfriend. She's been a little more talkative today. She actually made a special request of something, not intimate-wise, but she actually made a special request that she hasn't made in a while. That made me smile. We've talked a little bit. We're planning on getting into our Skype call on Sunday when she's available, and spending some time talking together and maybe catching up on things. Yeah. Things have stabilized, it seems, and I just hope they stay that way. I'm a lot calmer having been able to get out to work. Having been able to get out to work, occupy my mind, and talk to people has really helped me stabilize my emotional and mental state, rather than sitting at home and going insane with nothing here and nothing to do. So I've really been enjoying that. Not much else, really. Other than the fact that my room's a mess. Well, it's not a huge mess, but it's a mess. It's enough of a mess to bother me. I'm also not going to sit my new computer where this one is. I'm going to leave space for a second monitor and maybe something else, which I intend to buy relatively soon. What is this calendar bullshit? But I'm going to put it on the table over there. That's really fucking cluttered right now, but I'm going to unclutter it. I'm going to put it on the table over there, right next to the modem. I'm going to have it up there. And with it up there, I should be able to set up a dual monitor over here. And with dual monitors, I'll be able to I'll be able to apparently not think. I'll be able to stream. I'll be able to have chat in one, chat on a window, and I'll be able to, for when somebody actually comes in, and then I'll have my gaming. I might even go and buy my own TV. I may go and buy a TV, a nice 40-inch television, 1080p television as a monitor. It is a distinct possibility like I had before. I loved having a 40-inch. I loved having a 40-inch monitor. I did. Used to be able to kick back here, plug my phone in, and throw my YouTube up on it and stuff. I loved it. And I may just do that again up here, I am going to I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. I'm going to go and buy another HD TV around 40-inch and put it up there. I think anything bigger than 40 would be too much. Like I got a 48-inch from my mother downstairs. I think that'd be too big up here. I think I'd need to stay around 40-inch. But yeah, and have a big 40-inch flat screen monitor, 40 inches wide. But I'm so looking forward to it. You can tell I'm in a much better mood. I've been doing a lot of things to cover attention and bury myself in, from dealing with my problems. I kind of want to go into them, but I'm worried about somebody seeing them that shouldn't. About what things I've been doing. I've been to a massage parlor a couple times. A very particular type of massage parlor that I didn't know existed in Rhode Island, but they do. And one of them is not big person friendly, but the other one is. So I've been there a couple times. I have to be honest. You don't go for the massage, but the massage is actually really good. And you get a nice, what they call table shower. It feels very good. It's actually very relaxing. I may go back again. I don't know. But it's helped. It's helped not only calm me, but to be honest, massages have worked a lot of aches and pains out of my shoulders, back, and legs from driving and being in the driver's seat for 6, 8, 10 hours a day when I drive. But otherwise, I don't know there's much else to tell. Things have been going well. I've got a lot of plans. A lot of things on my mind. Like I said, I may go for that TV. We'll see. I'm surprised I haven't gotten my my PCA paycheck in yet. I hope there's not an issue with that. I don't think there is. Even if I don't, even if something happens where it's delayed or something's going on, I've got enough money to cover what I need to cover. But before I can get that TV, I've got to get a couple things done in my Envoy. I'll probably get yet another oil change. I just got an oil change. I don't even think a month ago, or maybe a month ago. I'd have to check the date. And I'm already down 30% oil life. Actually, I was down to 60-something%, like 68%. So I'm down even below 30%, like 32, 33% I've lost already. I would say with it by the end of this weekend to the middle of next week, I'll be at the mileage for the oil change. The mileage is 159,994 miles. I'm at like 159,004 or 500. And when I get an oil change, I want a full oil, lube, and filter. I want all the filters checked, replaced. Um, I want the oil done. I want all the other fluids checked, the transmission fluid, the transfer case. I want all the, if there's, whatever transfer case. I don't think there is, but any other fluids that needs to be replaced. I know the radiator's fine because they did the water pump a few months ago, so that's been done already. I want all the lube points hit on it. I want my brakes checked. The brakes were replaced a year ago, and normally I wouldn't be concerned, but with all the stopping and going I do in Rhode Island, especially get to some areas, a lot of you people know the situation. You drive for not even 1,000 feet, and there's a stop sign. You drive another 1,000 feet, there's another stop sign. You drive another 1,000 feet, there's another stop sign. So I want my brakes checked because I know that the people that did the brake work on this do it with the cheapest possible. So I don't know how good they are. So I want the brakes checked on it. So a full lube oil filter, brake check. I want to get the front tires balanced. So I may not be able to get my TV till next month or maybe mid this month. Depends. But we'll see. I got to keep up the maintenance on my Envoy because I work it pretty hard. I work it pretty hard. And she's got high mileage. But I think I can keep up with it as long as nothing catastrophic goes wrong, like when the throttle body went on it and found out that 3 other things had to be done to the tune of $2,000. Yeah, so not much else to talk about. Nothing's crazy happened as Uber other than my windshield got smashed. A lot of you may know that I got nothing else to talk about and I start talking about something else. A lot of you may know that here in New England we had 3 major snowstorms. I like to call them the first snowstorm, the nor'easter, and the second snowstorm, even though I think the last 2 were nor'easters and one just came with snow and one was just more wind and rain. Basically the first snowstorm just dumped a lot of snow, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't all that heavy, wet snow. It was actually kind of light snow, and it wasn't horrible. It dumped I think 6 to 8 inches, in some places maybe up to a foot of snow, and it didn't even stick for a week. Then the nor'easter, as I the nor'easter as I call it, that's the one that knocked over tons of trees and left hundreds of thousands without power. My house was included in that. Hundreds of thousands without power. Dumped trees all over the place. Just snapped huge trees, uprooted other trees. Unbelievable. I haven't seen anything like that in a long, long time. And then the third the third storm, or the second major snowstorm, is the one that dumped 2 feet plus. It was another nor'easter, but I call it the major. It's kind of like the snowstorm, the nor'easter, and the major snowstorm is how I refer to them. And the major snowstorm is the one that had a lot of wind, dumped a huge amount of snow all over the place. People stayed in, didn't go. There wasn't much business, but I was out there. It was in that snowstorm I was driving. Was it that snowstorm? No, it was the nor'easter. It was during the nor'easter. So it was during the nor'easter, during the middle storm, that I was going under an overpass. And just as I came out on the other side, a plow went over the bridge and just knocked a massive amount of wet, heavy snow onto my Envoy and cracked. Just tons of cracks all over the driver's side windshield. Just completely, utterly destroyed. But I of course, have really good insurance. So I got a free replacement from Safelite. Brand new windshield installed. Never didn't cost me a damn thing. And I really kind of feel like I won on that one, despite the fact I had to wait a little while and I refused to drive while my windshield was badly cracked. Um, Early last year, when I first bought the Envoy, something flew up and cracked the windshield. I actually had that repaired by Safelite, but also left a divot, a chip in the windshield that they couldn't fix. There's only so much they could do, but they said, you'll always see something, but it's safe. And that little divot has been there and has always bothered me. It's always bugged me, and I've hated it. I wish I could get rid of it. Well, now it's gone. I got a brand new windshield. The weather's getting better for now. I mean, an April snowstorm's not unheard of in New England, but for now it's been in the mid to upper 50s, staying in the mid to upper 40s overnight. It's just been really nice. I've been enjoying the weather warming up, being able to open the windows and the sunroof on my Envoy a little bit. Been enjoying the better driving conditions. It's been pretty good, and I've been very happy. Well, on those things. Not so happy about not having a computer and the breakup and everything, but I'm starting to get over that. I'm looking forward to talking to my girl on Sunday. I really miss hearing her voice. When I work, we don't have a late night, go to sleep call. We don't. That's the thing that bothers me the most, is not having the phone call up. I miss that. Had a phone call up all day, every day for the past year in Skype. And now it's not there anymore, so I don't get to hear my girlfriend all that much when she joins call, because it's not there. And I terribly, terribly, terribly miss her. And when I work, by the time I get home, she's asleep. And then she's up and gone for her work by the time I wake up. So, it sucks. But Sunday, looking forward to Sunday. Oh, and yeah, like I said, it's going to have a new webcam. The webcam I have is an old Logitech 720 webcam. The webcam I'm getting, it's a more generic brand, but it's a 1080p camera, so it'd be much better high definition. I'm looking forward to being able to play and record my games in HD on high graphics. I am, especially Euro Truck. It'll be nice to be able to finally crank up the graphics on Euro Truck and drive while recording and not have those terrible frame rates that happen, and hopefully not have it lag out really, really bad. That's what I'm really looking forward to. So, time will tell, but it's going to take me a little while to set things up. It's going to take me a little while to set things up and to want to set things up. So keep that in mind. But I've been talking for nearly 30 minutes. I'm exhausted. And if I've been talking for nearly 30 minutes, it means it's 6 in the morning. The sun's starting to come up. I need to get to sleep. So, with all that being said, stay tuned, folks. Very, very soon, I'm going to start getting back. I'm going to start getting back with a new machine, better graphics, and hopefully I'll be able to start streaming on Twitch. All right, folks. Until next time, it's One Big Bug. I'm signing out. See you then.